Are we streaming?
Yes.
Is that yes?
That's a yes.
Okay.
Why do you trust her yes over my yes?
Because, her yes is always more real than your
It's
yes.
fair.
Okay. You ready?
Yeah.
Do you know your phone number?
Yeah. 602.
Okay. Don't give it out.
Oh, okay.
Don't give it out. One time I was doing an interview, and I think I was like in Chicago, some big city. And at the end of the interview, the host says, "Okay, so if you have any more questions, here's how you call Kim's show." He gave out my personal cell phone number, and I had already hung up. Okay, and
That's
so
so great.
so my phone's ringing. I'm like, "Hello, hi. I'm just wondering like how I get Windows 10." I'm like, "Oh my god!" And then it was like, boom, 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 boom.
One
boom.
time I got in a radio fight with a host, and we were just bickering back and forth. And he's like, you know what? If you keep acting like this, I'm going to give your phone number out. And I just gave my phone number. And I was like, now you have no power over me. What do you got next? And I just gave it out over the air.
And did your phone start
For
blowing up?
years. For 2 years.
I had to change my number.
I would get people to call. Just checking if you changed it. Still got it. All right. Have a good weekend, Andrew.
Well, the reason why I bring this up is that I was at Mashable, just looking at seeing what they're writing about.
Mm-hmm.
Their lead story is a tip on how to find your phone number.
People don't know their own phone
On
number?
okay, so
How do you not know your own phone number?
what is going on with this world? Okay, I mean, I admit that sometimes I don't know other people's phone numbers.
Right, but that's other. You also don't know other people's blood types, but you know yours.
So now we have to have a tip on here's how to find your own phone number.
Curious what your address is?
Oh, just wondering that. Are you male or female?
Oh my gosh.
Yes. Oh,
We've
we
lost
probably
them.
have tips like that, male or female.
Yeah,
We probably do.
yeah, probably.
So,
Those are good ones. Make sure you click on those.
and I saw a meme with phones, and it was two smartphones
Mm-hmm.
that were looking like at an old rotary phone like this,
Mm-hmm.
and the two smartphones said to the old rotary phone, "Hi, Grandma."
That's pretty much the truth.
I thought that was super funny. And on that happy note, welcome, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls of all ages, to Kim Komando Today. It's your fun podcast about all things digital because, after all, I'm fun and I'm your digital goddess, and I have incredible jokes.
Oh, the best.
And then joining me is, of course, Andrew Babinski. Hi,
Kim.
Andrew. What do you have coming up?
Oh, YouTube. They don't want you to use an ad blocker.
No.
And they're serious this time.
Super serious.
For cereal.
And then you also have a story about crypto, right?
Yeah, guy named Michael, not his real name, posted on the internet. I have a crypto wallet. It's got $2 million worth of Bitcoin in it. Can someone please help me open it?
That's got to be pretty nerve-wracking.
He actually, in the end, I don't know if I should spoil it.
No, don't spoil it.
All right, fine. It wasn't nerve-wracking to him in
Really?
the end.
Okay.
And I'll tell you why.
I have like $700 in my crypto wallet
Yeah?
of Ethereum.
That's it? You don't have any Bitcoin?
No,
The big boy?
No.
The real one?
no. It's, because I'm still so I'm not really sure if I'm into all this crypto.
Yeah, okay, but you have a couple of grand you could just throw down on crypto.
Well, you know how incredibly cheap I am.
I know. But I converted everything to Bitcoin about 2 years ago, and it's just sitting there.
Maybe we ought to do that. I just put like a couple $1,000 into
Why
Bitcoin
not?
and just see what happens.
Yeah.
I know it goes up, it goes down. It
But
goes up,
remember
it goes
during the
down.
pandemic, I mean, every single billionaire was coming out like, this is the only currency of the future. And
But then they
so-
started coming out with their own currency.
That's true, and that's what ruined the market. And,
Yeah.
to the moon and all that jazz. But I put everything. I had little coins. I had meme coins.
We have to wait till Allie's here because Allie's all into
Yeah.
crypto. I mean, people just send her crypto.
which is ridiculous.
What's
I
going
don't
on
even
with
get
that?
sent socks, and she gets cryptocurrency.
I gave you socks.
I'm saying from just rando strangers.
Oh, I mean, what?
I'm wearing the socks game. You're right now.
Because the other ones were gray. They were
They're
ugly.
not
They were.
great.
Just a few weeks left to win a brand new iPhone 15. Where do you go? Winfromkim.com.
Yes. Sign
Winfromkim.com.
up for the newsletter.
And we are becoming a viral sensation.
Are we?
Yes, so that's more reason than ever for people to like, comment, share, so that this way people can say, "Oh, I already knew about that."
Yeah, I already saw that. That went viral days ago.
Exactly. I mean, we have one video that Mads put out. She's doing such a great job. Yesterday, And in 17 hours, we have over 400,000 views.
That's really good.
I know. It's pretty incredible.
Maddie does amazing videos. The things she does with fonts is
I
entertaining.
know. I like
Forget
it.
about the content. Her fonts are great.
She's all fonted up.
That's not even a joke. That's not even a punchline. It doesn't even connect to anything. I'm not even looking. There's no one over there. I don't know who I'm looking at.
They're all laughing. That's what we need, a live studio audience.
Oh, yeah, that's what we need.
Wouldn't that be amazing?
It would. No.
I think so. All right, here are the top 5 things you need to know that's happening in tech right now. And we're going to start with an item from the Karma Department.
All right.
You know, the U.S. Justice Department is going after Ticketmaster and Live Nation. Why?
They're suing them.
Yes.
And when the federal government decides to sue you, you lost.
That's okay. That you should just be like, okay, we give up. We give up.
I think they win like 99.8% of their cases
Because of why?
because of a monopoly.
Yes, of course. Have you bought tickets from Ticketmaster?
Of course. There's nowhere else to buy tickets.
Okay, you're screwed
I know.
because data breach, bum, 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 bum. Over 560 million records are for sale right now on the internet.
Have you ever purchased a ticket through Ticketmaster?
You know what? I really don't think I have.
What?
No.
You just don't go to stuff?
No, because what if I'm going to do is I'm going to go like a scalper. I'm going to find really good seats.
Okay.
Or if I'm going to go to Vegas, I'm going to go to concierge.
Okay.
Whatever it may be.
You have your ways.
If I was in Rome and I wanted to see the Pope,
Mm-hmm.
and so I go down the concierge and said, so like, how do I see the Pope? How do I get close to the Pope
Mhm.
for mass?
Right.
And he's like, do you have the blue ticket? I'm like, I don't have the blue ticket.
It's available on Ticketmaster with only $3.2 million in fees.
He said, how much is the blue ticket worth to you? I said,
Really?
well, I said, how much are they? He said, well, they're free. He said, but it's going to cost you. So I paid $250 for each for 3 tickets
That's it?
to go. I was sitting probably as far away with the Pope as I am right now,
Right.
and for mass
It was only $250.
each person.
So?
But I thought it was funny. I had to buy them on the black market to go see the Pope.
Well,
I thought
that's-
that was funny.
Totally ethical and lit.
So the Ticketmaster records are 1.3 terabyte, and it's a one-time price right now. You can buy them for $500,000.
Has anybody made a purchase yet?
Not yet. So
Okay.
that's why they're. This is kind of an advertisement for it.
Is it a
Anyway.
supply and demand thing? Once they sell it to somebody, they won't sell it to anybody else?
I don't think so.
Yeah, I would think they would just sell it over and over and over and over and over again.
Yes, but 560 million records.
Why doesn't Ticketmaster just buy it?
Because it's already out there. They already have them. They already have all the records.
Maybe they pay $1.2 million and they only sell it to Ticketmaster.
Do you buy anything at Christie's?
No. Christie's got hacked too?
Yes.
Oh, I've never bought anything at Christie's. So I'm safe.
500,000, they say, wealthy clients.
That's not good.
No. And the site has been down for a while, about a week now, leaving $840 million worth of stuff that Christie's trying to sell just out in limbo land. We're talking about millions of Monets with no money for Degaus.
You gonna keep going?
to
I don't even know. Who's Degaus?
He's another artist.
What type of art does he do?
French Impressionism.
You're making that up.
To make the Van Gogh.
God.
Okay, that was a good one.
No.
It was. It was. You're going to repeat that.
I'm not smart enough to understand that joke.
That's probably true. Moving on to Google Play, 90 malicious apps have been downloaded 5.5 million times.
What do you mean?
That's when people go to Google Play and they say, I need a PDF editor.
Right.
And they download the PDF editor and they wonder why, like, their phone's crashing
Yeah.
and their phone's heating up and all this other stuff.
Doesn't it make you angry? Why does Google Play allow this in their stores?
Because they don't care.
They should have to approve every single app that they sell. They are taking a percentage of any sort of financial transaction that happens on that app. They should be responsible.
They should be. They should be. But
Absolutely.
they're not. Let's see. There's also Joker, Face Stealer, Copier, QR Reader, File Manager. Number one, you don't need an app to read a QR code.
You
Okay.
you also should not download any app with the word Steeler in the title.
Okay, that's bad.
Unless it's the Pittsburgh Steelers.
So if you've downloaded anything that sounds remotely like this, make sure that you remove it. off
You
your phone.
hacked.
You are screwed. Meanwhile, in the Google department, they just announced 6 new Chromebooks.
Okay.
I know you're pretty excited about this.
So excited.
All AI enabled.
Great.
You get AI.
Google's AI?
Yes.
Can't wait.
You get AI wallpapers.
Wow.
Okay, wait, there's more. An AI text editor.
What is an AI wallpaper? You just tell it, I want a wallpaper that's like Starry Night, but
You want like Kim
put
Komando.
David Hasselhoff in the middle of it?
Yes.
Okay.
AI photo editor. And Google's, you asked, Gemini AI assistant is baked right in. I'm super excited about this.
What about AI overview?
$429.
That's not bad.
Okay. Don't buy it.
I won't.
It's just the first version. Now, this next story is something that you're going to want to tell your family members and friends.
Okay.
It comes to us from Michigan, Washtenaw. Sure, I mispronounced that.
No, you nailed it.
Michigan. This guy, Corey Harris, was.
You got Washtenaw right, but you got Harris completely wrong.
Let's just start over. Okay, so there's this guy in Washtenaw.
Uh-huh.
You say it. Washthenaw.
Washtenaw, of course. We all know.
Washtenaw.
I'm a huge fan of Washtenaw.
It's probably some like Indian county.
It definitely is.
You know. Some
Just
county.
say Kansas. If there is a word on there you can't read, just say Kansas.
There's this guy in Kansas County, Michigan. His name is Corey Harris.
Right.
And he was called in to appear in court via a Zoom call because he was caught driving with a suspended license.
That's no good.
And he was also holding his cell phone while driving.
These are why he's appearing in court.
That's
for
correct.
these charges. Okay.
Yes. So he has to appear via a Zoom call. Here, let's just take a listen.
Oh, okay.
Mr.
Hello?
Harris, are you driving?
No.
Actually, I'm pulling into my doctor's office. Actually,
Corey.
so just give me 1 second. I'm parking right now.
Please, Corey. I can see the buildings
You
moving
stationary?
behind you.
I'm pulling
Yeah.
in right now at
You're
this
still
second.
driving.
Yes, I am.
All right. What are we doing?
Your Honor, we are respectfully requesting an adjournment in this matter, up possibly 2 to 4 weeks if the court would allow.
Okay.
I mean, it
So
goes
maybe I
on
don't understand
and on
something.
and on. But the judge is
This
like
is a driving while license suspended?
dumbfounded.
Right.
Like,
That is correct, Your
WTF,
Honor.
mate? You're not you're in court because you're driving with a suspended license
And you're still driving.
and you're on your phone.
Right. Your
Okay.
license wasn't unsuspended. I'm sure he lost.
Yes.
The guy had to have lost.
Do stupid things.
Yeah.
You win stupid prizes.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Love that expression.
Okay. And finally, this story. Were you pretty excited when you were like 15 years old at the thought of getting a driver's license?
Of course. It's all I cared about.
Okay. No, did you do like a countdown?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, the minute I got a learner's permit, I literally asked my father, not my mother, my father every single weekend to take me out driving. So I knew I could pass the driver's test and I knew I would be able to get my license.
I was so excited to
Mhm.
drive. I mean, it was like, this was just that rite of passage.
I got my license, got home, literally 2 seconds after having it, I was gone. And I didn't come back until like 10 that night.
You know,
That's
and,
all I wanted to do was drive around.
okay. And, you know, Ian, when he got his driver's license, it was the same thing. I mean, couldn't wait to drive. And then, of course, he got in the car, you know, sped away. And I sat there and went, ah.
Do you remember the first place you drove when you got your license?
I think I drove to like a Target or something. like
Okay.
that.
I went to the AMC Awatuki 24.
Did you really?
Yeah.
Okay. So it's a memorable event for you.
Absolutely.
Okay. The reason why I bring that up is that right now, Gen Zers don't feel a need to drive. Okay. About 25% of 16-year-olds within the last couple of years had their driver's license.
Only 25%?
Yes. Okay. In 1997, that was 43% at 16, 62% at 17 years old. But right now, it's about a quarter of all 16-year-olds
That's so shocking.
that they're not, and they may not even get their driver's license until they're getting out of college now.
Right.
The story that I read is out this Los Angeles area mom said, I have a 21-year-old nephew who has no plans on driving.
21.
No plans to get a driver's
Does
license.
he live in a big city? Like, I mean, I could understand that if you had access to
In New
subway
York.
and bus and train. Yeah.
But-
Okay,
okay.
I get that one.
Okay, but LA, you need a car in LA.
Oh, absolutely.
Okay. And then she says, my 13-year-old son, I have actually a truck out in front on the driveway for him when he's old enough. And he said, Mom, I'm not going to need that car. Either you're going to drive me or I'm just going to take an Uber.
Different world.
Another mother in this article that I read on the New York Post, I have a 16-year-old boy who has no desire to drive. We even bought him a brand new Mustang.
You couldn't even bribe him with a muscle car?
So we have self-driving cars coming,
Mm-hmm.
electric cars coming,
So you're saying this is the generation that will never learn how to drive?
maybe Gen A.
Gen A?
That's underneath Gen Z.
Okay.
Yeah. Now, we're not talking about Forrest Gump.
Yeah,
Gen
I was
A.
gonna say. I was like, am I missing one of your bad jokes?
was that a Forrest Gump joke? What's that? So what do you think? What's going on?
Mind-boggling. I mean, I understand they have more options than I did when I was 16.
Scooters.
But it was the want. I mean, that is the equivalent to independence. The second my parents handed me keys, I was no longer their child because I was never going to be home. I was gone.
Not anymore.
I mean, we would just drive to a park and just drive our circles around the park. That is crazy to me.
Yeah, I don't understand. See, now, because Ian is such a car guy,
Mm-hmm.
and he's a Gen Zer.
Well, but 75%, you said 75% aren't. There still is 25% that are like me, you, Ian. There's still 25% of 16-year-olds that want it. But that's
Well-
bad for the car market.
Okay. So Barry has a grandson,
Mm-hmm.
who is now, I think he's 26 or 28. I'm not really sure.
Okay.
But when he was 21 or 22, I asked him, I said, how come you don't have a driver's license? And he said something like, well, because my mom and dad drive me wherever I need to be.
How come you don't have an apartment? Well, mom and dad let me stay here. How come you don't have a full-time job? Well, mom and dad give me my food and pay for my cell phone. That's all I need.
Mom and dad just take care of everything.
I was just talking about this yesterday. 17 and a half. That's how old I was the last time my parents gave me money.
Really?
17 and a half. Then I found out they were paying my sister's rent for like 5 years after she moved out. 17,
They left her more.
They did. 17 and a half is the last time. I didn't see it as even a possibility to lean on my parents. I was 18. I was my own man. I needed to take care of myself.
You know, my dad told me, I said, because I was 18 and I'm like, I'm not doing it that way.
Mhm.
I'm going to do it my own way. And he said, you know what? Then you need to leave. You need to be on your own. You need to take care of yourself. And I said, well, that's what I'm doing. I'm leaving right now and I'm going to be a self-sufficient adult woman. And then I started packing a bag. He came in my room. He says,
That's my stuff?
you go with what you came with.
Oh, wow. That's even deeper than most parents.
I was like, okay, I'll stay. All right. Let's see. Who do we have? Wait, you have, this is you coming
Yeah, YouTube.
up. Hey, it's Kim Komando Today. It's your fun podcast about everything digital. And you know what? We need two things from each and every one of you. Really, just two things. Number one is that we want you to tell one person about the podcast, just one person. And then if you see one of our videos, make sure that you share it out. Just, we need to get more people behind the Komando news train. We need to do that.
Yes.
On the Komando Tech Rocket. I mean, we're just going to take you into cyberspace. You're going to be so smart. You're going to be able to get that next promotion. And people are going to look at you and say, how did you get so intelligent overnight? And you don't need to give us credit.
No.
Not
It's
at
all
all.
me. See, it's all me.
You say, you know what? You've just been underestimating me.
Cyberspace? Did you really use cyberspace?
I don't know.
That's like the Clinton administration. But
And you know what? I also invented the internet.
you did, Al Gore.
Yes.
It's funny what you're saying, because my story I have kind of ties into this.
Okay.
That if you like this show, if you tune in and watch it, and you like the reels we put out, if you share them, all you're doing is helping create more of this.
Correct.
Because the monitors behind me, they cost money. I get paid to be here. I cost money. This table costs money. But when it comes to YouTube, for some reason, people are fighting so hard to not watch advertisements that YouTube is putting their foot down. Now, last July, people were complaining, I get onto YouTube and the videos are loading too slow, or the audio is not there.
Correct.
Or I'm just not even getting the video at all. And what Google was doing, Google owns YouTube, behind the scenes, is they were trying to work against these ad blockers, because these ad blockers that people put on their browsers were preventing ads from videos being shown.
Which means that their revenues go down, and the
Correct.
content creators are not making money. 'Cause
They
they're
go
not-
away.
Yes, right.
So what YouTube has done now is if you go on YouTube with an ad blocker, you will get a screen that says you get 3. You get 3 videos today, and after you watch 3 videos, because of your ad blocker, we will cut you off.
They should.
They absolutely should. And I don't understand how I watch 2 things on YouTube all the time. My favorite television show is called Taskmaster.
And of course, me.
It's a comedy show out of the UK. It's hilarious. Then I watch a live streaming podcast. It's called Komando Today. It's on every single Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. It's really informative.
Thank you.
The host is so funny. And no, I watch this live streaming podcast called The Yak from Barstool Sports. During each one of those, there's about 7 ads. They're 15 to 30 seconds long.
And it's not bad.
I don't skip them. Why? Because I want to make sure that next week the Yak's still going to be there. I want to make sure next season that Taskmaster posts it on YouTube, because I don't have access to it. They're in England. I want to support the creators that are creating the content that I enjoy, and I can watch 4 ads and do that.
You know what? That whole thing that you just did right now, you ought to save that.
What do you mean?
This whole thing that you just did,
Right?
because if something ever happens
Mhm.
to KEZ or here,
Right?
you could go work for PBS. You could sit there and say, quality programming costs time and money
It
to come
does.
into your home. Order, support your local PBS station and get this Lawrence Welk.
Tote bag. But am I wrong?
No, you're
Is
right.
anything I'm saying is wrong? You're fighting so hard not to watch the same nasal spray ad for the 33rd time in the same day by putting on these ad blockers. But I understand YouTube Premium is expensive. $13.99 a month is expensive.
Well, plus, a lot of people are Freaky Friday because they have all these different expenses.
Correct. You have 15 different
I know.
services you're
It's
already
nuts.
paying for. I get it. So then just watch 5 15-second ads and get all of the programming and the video and the content, however you want to describe it, that you want to see.
But it's also the same thing. So sometimes I'll recommend an app.
Mhm.
And let's say the weather app is $4.99.
Right.
Okay. I am going to get just a crap load of people that will send me notes. Oh, well, that's expensive, Kim Commando. I mean, I'm on a fixed income. I need to have that free.
We all are on fixed incomes.
And I'm like, you know what? It's $5, buddy.
But good is good. If it's good, if it's going to help you, if it's going to make your life more efficient, you're going to pay the $4.99. If it's bad, then you're going to stop watching it, and it's not going to generate any ad revenue on YouTube anyway, and it's going to go away.
Now, what about ad blockers on websites?
I don't use them. I really don't. I have one installed on one of my browsers. I don't even know why. I think my brother-in-law recommended it, so I did it. But it's just a picture. All I got to do is scroll past a picture. And the second I scroll past it, someone's making 1/10 of a penny. It's all these things that we want. We want everything. And because we once had it for free, I think that's the reason why we fight it so hard.
Yeah, I mean, in our free newsletter,
Mhm.
we put ads in.
Why? How dare you?
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
It's a free newsletter.
Somebody will say like, "Oh, well, it's you have too many ads." I'm like, "There's one ad. There's one ad." Okay? And you know how long it takes to put together a free newsletter?
Right.
You know how it costs money to put together
Absolutely.
a free newsletter?
You have writers. You have technical people on the backside.
It costs us every newsletter costs us money
Right.
to send out.
Services to send them out. Exactly. That all. And you get it for free by just scrolling past that ad.
But
That's
you know
not
what?
good enough for some people. And I just can't connect to it.
I don't understand it either. And then somebody else will say like, "Oh, you have an Amazon section in the newsletter." because we put 5 products a day that you
Mhm.
could buy on Amazon. We get a commission off of that.
Sure.
Okay.
It's
You know how much
affiliate
money
marketing.
we make? Like, I don't know, 0.00001 cents,
Right.
compared to what I
But
mean,
it's still going to be, it's a small chunk that is going to help keep that newsletter for free.
but people they like, and I get that they like free stuff, but
Mhm.
yet they'll go to Starbucks or Arby's or
Mhm.
Chick-fil-A and blow $25 and go, "Oh, well, that was really good."
But guess what's going to happen? If you keep stealing from Chick-fil-A, Chick-fil-A is going to close their doors. It's just how it works.
That's it. Nothing's free.
Stop blocking the ads. Just watch them. This video right now is on YouTube. Watch the ad.
Or become an advertiser. We'll take your money.
Yeah, sure.
Hey, it's Kim Komando today. You know the drill. We want you to like, comment, share. Make sure that you enter to win that brand new iPhone 15. Somebody's got to win it over at winfromkim.com. Once again, winfromkim.com. So, so you got this big promotion.
Yeah.
And
At KEZ, I work for my full-time gig.
yes,
I am a morning show co-host on 99.9 KEZ,
which
an
is
iHeartRadio
very proud
station.
of you for getting that.
Thank
I
you
mean, that
very
was really
much.
something.
Yes,
I mean, I'm sure
appreciate
it's
that.
all the experience and
Yeah, that's why I was talking to someone today. They actually came up and congratulated me. I haven't seen me in a week. And I was like, hey, 25 years in the making. That's all it took.
overnight.
Overnight
success.
success.
I still like what your little daughter said when you left our house.
Mhm.
What did she say about that?
She
about
said,
radio?
well, we got in the house, Kim's new house, which took 6 years to build.
Yeah, it's and I will say it's probably, and I have been told it is the most beautiful home in Phoenix.
It's ridiculous.
It
It's not
is.
even a house. It's like 4 seasons. And there's an elevator in it. Not many houses have elevators.
It has 3 floors.
we
What do you
get-
expect?
We get in the car, and my daughter goes, "That's Kim and Barry's house?" And I was like, "Yeah." Well, actually, first, before we got there, I said, "Listen, some people are just uncomfortable about money. Just don't make a big deal. If you walk in and their house is really cool and amazing and beautiful and nothing like you've ever seen before, just say, 'Oh, your house is really pretty.' Don't be like all gawking." And then we walk in, and the first thing I'm like, "Oh my God." Didn't even take my own advice. But we get in the car, and my daughter goes, "That's Kim and Barry's house?" And I'm like, "Yeah." And she's like, "They own it?" I'm like, "Yeah, they built it actually." And she's like, "And they work in radio?" And I was like, "Yeah." "You work in radio, Dad? We only got 3,000 square feet. Our house is as big as their garage."
Okay, so now with this big job,
Yeah,
now you got more money.
yeah.
Okay, so you can go to Wheezy and say we're getting closer. And here are some other ways that you can make money.
Please.
Okay,
I got to pay for 2 colleges.
yeah, that's going to be a lot. Sniff Spot.
Hmm?
Sniff
Come
Spot.
again?
Sniff Spot is if you've got a big backyard
Right.
or even a little backyard, and then you go into Sniff Spot and you take pictures of your backyard,
Okay.
and then you can rent it out for people who have dogs that live close by, maybe in apartments or something, or maybe they're traveling, and then you can rent out your backyard for the dog to go play and go poop in.
This is not a thing.
It is. You didn't know? This is true.
People are opening up their backyards for other dogs to use as toilets
Yes, $3,000 a month. They say people are making.
just
of
to
this.
have poop in their backyard.
Yes. Swimply is another way that you can make money.
Swimply?
Yes.
Okay.
You rent your pool out.
Oh, okay. I've heard of this one. Okay.
So you have big old pool parties.
Now, how much would I make if I let my neighbor's dog pee in my pool? Is that double?
Well, dogs don't pee in pools. People
No?
do. No.
Dogs don't pee in pools.
No. I can tell you my dog doesn't.
Okay.
Okay. But she's sophisticated.
She must be.
Okay. Because, I throw the ball, and then she'll look at me and go like, whoa, I'll be right back.
That's
And she
actually,
runs, she goes pee, and then
Mhm.
comes back.
that's actually a great question. Would a dog pee in a pool?
I don't know. I'll have to
I'm
ask
pretty sure.
Ask Gemini AI. What do you think the answer would be?
I don't know. We can ask.
It's going to be something like, ask the rock.
Dogs are delicious.
Yes, exactly. Of course, we know you can rent your car out
Mm-hmm.
with Turo and get
Mhm.
around. Have you ever used any of those services?
No, but I may have to because I got in a car accident a couple weeks ago, and I'm still using the station vehicle. And my car is going to take, I don't know, 3.7 years to repair. So I may have to use Turo.
Well, Turo, I used Turo in Miami. It was actually a pretty good deal.
Yeah.
It was. Even the guy delivered the car. It was all clean.
Was it a fancy car?
It was a Mercedes.
Okay.
And I think it was like $35 a day. It wasn't expensive at all.
And that's exactly like most insurance companies allow. So that's perfect.
Yeah, it was good. You can rent your driveway out.
Someone can park their car in my driveway?
Yes.
Not with my HOA.
Vanley or neighbor.
Okay.
And they say you can make about $1,000 a month doing that.
Well, so we looked into one where you could rent out your garage because I had a 3-car garage and one of them we just don't even use. And I was like, maybe I could rent it out as storage. But it was only like $115 a month. Like it wasn't even worth it to have some stranger's weird, strange stuff in my garage.
I rented my neighbor's garage.
You did?
Yeah.
For how much?
I paid him $1,500 a year
Okay. So, okay.
because he
About
had
the same rate I was talking about.
he had a 2-car garage that he wasn't using. And this is why we were building the house.
Uh-huh.
And so I would just go over his house and I mean just like, "Hi, here I am. Moving out the car.
I'm going to get a hairdryer.
I'll be right back." Then I got just a couple of more loanables. And then also friend with a.
Okay. Never heard of either of those.
They say that's where you can rent out anything. You could rent out your cameras, your bikes, your pressure washer.
Okay.
Camping gear is really big because if you think about a camping gear, I mean, I'm not a camper.
No, you're not even a glamper.
I have glamped.
But you're not that. You've done a lot of things that you're not.
What do you mean?
I'm saying if you were given the opportunity to go glamping this weekend, you would kindly decline.
I have glamped.
Oh, you have glamped.
Yes,
And you will continue to glamp?
I'm thinking about it.
Mm.
I went glamping.
Don't believe
I
it.
thought I told you this.
Mm-mm.
Okay, at the Four Seasons
Okay.
in Beverly Hills,
Right.
on the Rodeo Drive,
Right.
right there. It's just beautiful. It's a beautiful hotel.
Mm-hmm.
Is that you can rent a room, and so you go like to the 4th floor. You get off, and there's a roof,
Right.
and on the roof is a beautiful tent that overlooks Rodeo Drive, and it has like a Four Seasons bed on the inside, and then also, well, it's attached to a king suite. So if you have to go potty, or if you
Mhm.
don't want to really be in the tent,
Or if you're, 50 feet away from a local bar, I'm going to stand by my statement. You're not a glamper.
I was looking at maybe going glamping in Africa. Have you
Okay.
seen that?
No.
It's like where you can go like onto the Serengeti
Mm-hmm.
and they put up these beautiful tents. I thought that might be something.
Well, that's cool, but that's like a safari. You're not going to Flagstaff and be in a fancy RV.
No, because
See?
I'm you know what? I'm not that person.
That's what I spent this whole last 45 seconds saying.
Well, I could try it. I mean, but I'll you know what?
Don't bring it up, because if you bring it up, Barry's going to spend $60,000 on everything you need for camping. You guys are going to go one weekend, and that's going to sit in your neighbor's garage for the next decade.
Yeah, see, that's the problem. Okay, I mean, because we had a boat.
Uh-huh.
We had a great boat.
Mm-hmm.
It was a nice boat. It was a Carver boat.
Okay.
A Carver boat is kind of like a minivan,
Okay.
on the water.
Nothing wrong with a minivan.
No, it's nice.
Gets you from point A to point B.
Yes,
Bunch
exactly.
of people can fit in it.
So, but I'm like, I'm not really sure I'm liking the minivan on the water.
Right.
So that's when we bought a bigger boat.
What'd you get? What's the car equivalent to your current boat? If the Carver's the minivan, your current boat is a...
A Porsche.
That's a good boat.
You should come over and say it.
Yes.
It's
The
called
answer is yes.
It's called the West Star. So if you're ever out in Santa Barbara and you see the West Star,
Now I'm dissecting the sentence you just said. You should come over and see it. You didn't say you should come over and take a ride. You should go for a trip. You just said come see it.
you could come sit on it.
Oh, God.
And then we have a video at the end too.
Okay.
Although if you're going to do that Bitcoin,
You want to save it? It's a good story.
okay. Well, I'll tell you, if the story flops, then we'll do the video.
So if you throw it to the video, I know I suck.
Be like, do it, and then because we pay you for this, do we get a discount?
No.
Okay, just wondering. Hey, it's Kim Komando Today. We have been getting so many great comments from all of you about how you think that I'm funny, and Andrew is too sometimes. And we love to get your comments. And really, I do read every single comment that you send me. Like this one from Jerry. It doesn't have anything to do with the newsletter, but with the show.
Okay.
But I just thought I have a couple of really interesting ones. Thank you for the link to the VA.gov. In our newsletter the other day,
Mm-hmm.
for Memorial Day, I linked about how you can find your missing money.
Okay.
Have you ever looked for missing money?
I have. I have the forms filled out, sitting in envelopes, and I have not mailed them in.
Why not?
I'm dumb.
Oh, missingmoney.com. You should check
Mhm.
it out. I don't know if you remember. I think you were with us. Maybe
Yeah,
it's
the
called-
caller.
Yeah, well, he got like $30,000, and
Mhm.
I'm like, "What's my cut?" He's like, "Nothing." I'm like, "Oh my god, I'm the one who told you about it." But I also linked for Memorial Day on how you can get medals, uh, replacement medals
Oh, okay.
for anybody who
That's
served.
really cool.
Yes, and so I thought this was just a nice note. Kim, I've been wanting to get information on my father who served in World War II at Omaha Beach, Normandy, France on June 4th, 1944. Yes, he was part of the first wave, survived throughout the war, went all the way to the Rhine River through VE Day plus 6 months. He served 24 years in the National Guard. The records he had burnt up in a fire in 1976. So you totally made my day. Now I don't need to search on how to get my dad's records of service.
That's awesome.
Well, that's great. I thought that was nice.
And he had to watch one ad in the
One
newsletter.
ad, that's all.
One ad to get all
Okay.
that.
Here's another one. This person didn't leave their name. Great trip to search for money that you may be entitled to. He said trip, but I mean tip. I found over $4,000
That's legit.
that was stock from my late mother had. And then I directed a friend to the site, and he found $13,000 in a retirement fund from his employer prior to his retirement.
That's great.
Okay, I just found these people $17,000.
Just sitting there.
Okay, listen to this one. He was the CEO of Kodak in Mexico. So we shouldn't assume we know everything just because we're smart.
That's true. This guy was CEO and he left $13,000 sitting south
I know.
of the border.
That's what I thought about. I'm like, okay, wait a minute. You're the CEO.
No wonder Kodak went out of business.
I mean, if anybody should have owned the digital camera marketplace, hello.
They had a pretty big brand there.
Okay, AT&T. Who should have owned the internet? They had a phone at every home.
Nope, sorry, it was America Online.
And who should own crypto?
Who should own crypto? Everyone, especially a guy named Michael. He posted on the internet that back in 2013, he had $5,000 worth of crypto sitting in a wallet, and he lost the password. He did not want to put the password in his password manager because he's worried someone would break in, steal his password, and steal his $5,000. Fast forward, his $5,000 is now worth over $2 million.
Wow.
So he went out on the internet and said, I need help. And he got contacted by everyone wanting a piece of that $2 million because he's going to pay them. If they get the password, he's going to give them a percentage.
What percentage are they going to give him?
I didn't say, they didn't disclose it.
I'd say probably at least 20%.
I would think 10 to 20.
Yeah, 10.
That's a pretty fair number. A hacker named Grand reached out to him and said, I would like to be able to do this. And they finally came to terms and agreed. And he told him the whole story of back in 2013, he bought the cryptocurrency, and he got the wallet. Then around the same time, he used a piece of software that would automatically generate you a random password. Generated the password, used it, wrote it down, not digitally saved it, wrote it down, lost it, it's gone forever. So they found out that this software wasn't so random.
Ooh.
It would basically keep track of put out the passwords in order and keep track of them, the date and the time that they were created.
Oh, wow.
So
Okay.
Grant had this idea, if
I
we
can
could
go
get
back.
that version of the software from his computer, send it back in time, it will automatically generate the same exact password.
Okay, that's pretty brilliant.
It's genius.
Yes, that's pretty
So
smart.
they asked Michael, when did you create the password? So they asked Michael, can you hear that? Okay.
But I hear it even.
Am I disconnected? Can you still hear it? Okay, I'll just stay disconnected. So they asked Michael, when did you generate the password? He's like, I can tell you exactly when I opened the wallet, but I don't.
Is my battery dead? Okay, try now.
You want to keep going? Okay. So they asked Michael, when did you create the password? He said, I don't know when I created the password, but I know that I created the wallet on this day. So they kind of opened a window, used the software, sent it back in time. No passwords were generated. So they call him back and they were like, we need to know, when did you create it? Because we're searching all around April 13th, the day that you said you opened the Bitcoin, bought the Bitcoin. but we need to know when you generated the password. He's like, maybe it was this time. He gave him a time. They bring the software back in time again. No passwords are generated. So then they open.
How would you even remember that?
No, it's true. It's absolutely impossible to remember that. So they open the window up really wide from April 12th all the way to July 1st. They call Michael up again, and he's like, he's now kind of getting annoyed because he wants his money, but he wants these guys to leave him alone.
Okay,
And they're like,
I would help him.
We need to talk. And they say, we need to talk to you. And he's like, oh, God, they want to meet in person now, and they want to go over a calendar. And so he goes and he meets them in person. He sits down, and they're like, May 15th, 4:10 and 40 seconds in the afternoon, Greenwich Mean Time, is when you created the password. And here it is.
Wow.
They figured it out. They found when he generated the password. He put it in the Bitcoin account, the wallet opened up, and not $2 million, almost $3 million in Bitcoin. And he says that it was actually a blessing in disguise because once it hit $40,000, he would have sold it immediately. It would have been so much money. But because he lost the password, he held onto it longer and he sold it at its peak, $62,000 of Bitcoin. Of course, giving Grand and his partner, his name was Bruno, a share of the Bitcoin. But now he's got all his Bitcoin.
I wonder how many people are like that. I mean, because I've been getting some notes from people like, how do I remember my Bitcoin wallet and all this other stuff. But I mean, I wonder how many people are sitting there with Bitcoin, what the percentage is
It's got to be a lot, right?
that they're
I have a wallet I can't get into.
really?
Yeah, but it's not Bitcoin. It's one of the meme coins, like Quirky Coin or something like that. And I printed it. I printed it out on one of those. What are they? It's not a laser printer. It's a heat printer, right? You know what I'm talking about?
Yes,
A
yeah.
label printer.
Yes.
Well, it's faded.
Well, that was dumb.
I'm not bright. Half of the password is faded, so I have no idea what it is.
You
But it's-
actually printed it out on a label printer? Oh my God.
I wanted to make sure I had it printed out.
What are you going to label it? You're going to put it on a label somewhere?
I stuck it to a sports card, and then I put a sports card. You don't look at me like that. And then I put
I'm dumbfounded that somebody who I thought was fairly intelligent is telling me this story.
I didn't think it would start to fade away.
What? Thermal printing? You
Yes,
didn't know
thermal.
that it goes away?
I didn't. I know now because I researched it when I looked at the password and it was half gone. It's like that scene from Back to the Future where Marty McFly is playing guitar and his hand slowly disappearing. That's what my password looks like. It's going away.
Well, then I would suggest that you work on it sooner than later.
Yeah.
That this is probably something that we need to get involved with.
It's probably $25 in some mean coin that crashed after I bought it. I'm not too worried about
Okay,
it.
but what if it's $100,000? What if it's 2 million?
It's not.
What if it's not?
It's not.
Well, I was thinking about coming out with Komando Coin.
Yeah?
What do you think?
I think you'll be in prison 3 to 4 years from now.
Why?
Because all those guys that sell these meme coins are ending up getting busted for something left or right.
No, but ours would be trustworthy.
Oh, that's the difference.
Yes, our coin could be something that.
What would be the technology that backs your coin?
Whew, I'm not really sure.
I'll give you time. Maybe by Friday you can figure it out.
I'm not really sure, but I'm sure it'd be really good. It would be a great thing. It
Oh.
would be a beautiful technology.
Oh, beautiful, great. Yeah,
It
these
would
are definitely
be-
buying.
Would be a paradigm
Oh,
in
that
the
sounds.
in the blockchain.
That definitely sounds like investment worthy.
You know?
Paradigm.
Paradigm
Yeah,
in the
that sounds
blockchain.
great.
and in the cloud infrastructure through encryption.
Do you take checks?
I'll take anything. All right, everyone. Thanks for being here. And because we're going to say goodbye now, because people say we don't say goodbye.
Yeah, we don't.
So
Go on Facebook. Our latest Facebook video.
It's funny.
Yes, watch it, like it, share it, comment on it, create engagement
Yes, engagement.
because it's going viral right now, and you can just help us out.
All right, I got to go to work.
Bye.
Bye.